This is Alin from MasterYourWeb. You're watching HTML tutorial for absolute beginners, and in this video we will be discussing about different other tags that are used in forms. So let's begin. So the first tag that I want to mention is gonna be the label tag. So the label tag is nothing but a text which describes what a specific form tag is doing. The label tag is similar with having a span or a div next to an input, but its main advantage is the fact that you actually have the possibility to increase the clicking area. So in our example, we can actually click on the text and the focus will go to that form element. For instance, an input, a checkbox, and so on and so forth. Therefore, having a label tag actually increases the user experience and makes it more enjoyable. But how do we actually create a label tag? Well, it's pretty simple. So the first thing that I will do is to create an input type text, and I will give it an ID of first name. And then what I want to do is to start the label, and I will do that with creating the label tag. And whenever we create a label tag, we need to specify the property of for. And whenever we specify the property of for, this actually describes the fact that this label tag is gonna be available for this input. But how do we actually say that this label tag is gonna be for this input? Well, we actually can make use of the first name ID. So whenever we write the for is equal to something, that something needs to match the ID of the element that the label is gonna be for. So for that, inside the label I will write first name. Okay, so let's actually try to save it and look in the browser. So basically what we can do, whenever we click on the first name, you can see that that input is going to be automatically focused. And that is a really nice thing if you ask me. So that is a pretty nice way to use a label. So the benefit in having a label is even more emphasized when we are dealing with checkboxes or radio buttons, where the clicking area is a lot smaller, okay? Our next tag is going to be the select tag. So the select tag helps us creating a select box, which is nothing but a field in which you have the option to select a value from there. In a way, it's similar to a radio button in the sense that you will have the option to select only one value at a specific time. So to demonstrate how to create a select box, we will head on to Visual Studio Code. So we would actually want to have a select box in which we will add certain foods, okay? And for that we'll write the select tag, and we will give it a name of foods and an ID of foods, okay? And the tags inside the select box are called option, okay? So those are basically, as the name suggests, different options that we have when dealing with the select boxes. So our first option is gonna have the value of pasta. Then we'll have another option of fries. And last but not least, we'll have a hamburger, okay, with capital H. Alright, so this is basically our select box. So we can see that we have the option to select one value out of those. Okay, so that was the select tag. Another tag that we have is going to be the text area. So the text area is nothing but a larger and more customizable place where the user can enter text. The main advantage of the text area is the fact that you have a lot of space in which you can enter the text, and therefore it's used a lot in forms, especially when the user has to write longer text. So the way we create a text area is also pretty simple. We just create a text area tag that we give a name of, let's say, my text area, and an ID of also my text area, and that's it basically. We have our text area over here. And let me just create a couple of break tags. Okay, so now the text area is displayed more nicely. As a side note, optionally, when we are dealing with the text areas, we are having two properties, which are the calls and rows, which are coming from columns and rows. So for that, we'll actually try to play a bit with them. So we'll write calls is equal to, let's say, 50, and rows is equal to 15. Okay, let's try to see how it looks. Okay, so now you can see that the text area is a lot bigger. Okay, so we can actually play a lot with those numbers so that the text area will have the desired width and height. Last but not least, we will have the Fieldset tag. So the Fieldset is nothing but a tag which helps you group form elements by creating a box around those elements. By doing so, we will have a visual grouping of the elements inside the Fieldset tag. And the way we add a Fieldset to a form is pretty simple. We just grab the elements that we want and create a Fieldset tag. That's basically it. So in order to do so, let's actually create a Fieldset tag, and we will take the closing tag and we'll add it at the bottom of the form. Okay, so you can see that all of the form elements are grouped nicely with some border in it, and that's especially nice when we would like to have that grouping visual effect. Alright, so now that we've covered some theoretical aspects, it's gonna be time for our exercise. But for that, make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel for more content. Okie dokie, so now the exercise will be to build a specific form. And for that we'll have the following form. So we'll have the text to choose your favorite vegetable, and inside of it we'll have a select box which will have a few options. So for instance, we'll have potato, tomato, cucumber, but interestingly enough, our first field over here is gonna be empty. So it's gonna be a bit of an imagination exercise, okay? Next we have a text area, and last but not least we have the submit this form button, okay? Good luck with the exercise, and we'll see you in about 15 seconds. Alrighty, so let's actually start our exercise. So we'll start by creating a form tag, which we actually haven't done that in previous examples. It was my mistake. And then our first thing that we have to do is to actually wrap everything inside the Fieldset tag, okay? So that we get that nice visual effect of grouping. Then we will need to create a select box with a label, okay? And we'll actually create a label tag, let's say for vegetables, and we will create a select box with the ID of vegetables, and inside the label tag we will write choose your favorite vegetable, okay? We'll actually hit the break tag, and next we'll create our select box. So we'll have the name of vegetables and the ID of vegetables. So again, the vegetables ID will match perfectly the for attribute. So we'll start with the options, and the first one is gonna be potato. Well, actually the first one was the empty option, but we'll cover that after we finish displaying the other options. So the first one was potato. The second one is tomato. And the third one is cucumber. Alright, so this is our select box. And in order to add an empty value inside it, we'll just create an option tag with a value of nothing basically, and we will leave it as it is. And that's it basically. So this is the select tag, okay? Next we will create a text area, and we'll give it an ID of empty and also a name of empty. Okay, then we'll create a couple of break tags also, and we will create our button, which is going to be an input type submit, and the value is going to be submit this form. Okay, and let's actually see how our form is looking, and bang, this is going to be basically the way that you will do the exercise. So I think that was all for this video. In the next video we will briefly go through input attributes, so we'll see you then. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the content and if you consider that it's at least 1% relevant, then please leave a like, a share, and subscribe to the channel for more content. We'll see you on the next one.